Okay, this is the second part of the Google and the Geezer that I talked about. The first part I talked about Project Pi, which I explained. It's supposed to work in 120 countries. We'll find out. So far, so good in the States. Really good. Okay, the second part of the whole thing to me is the phone. And because Project Pi works with, or the phones that are supposed to be able to handle it, are the Nexus phones, in this case Huawei or Huawei or whatever the name of the place is. And there was the 5X, the 6, and the 6P available. I went for the 6P and 64 gig because one of the things that I don't like about it, or didn't like about it, is the fact that there's no slot for a micro SD card. Anyhow, as far as I'm concerned, so far so good. It'll just be 3 weeks here shortly, the time I've had it. The one thing I didn't like is the idea of a fingerprint, whatever, way to get into it, because with the Note 4, it was probably me not knowing how to do it correctly. But let me shut this baby off here a minute. And as you can see, it's on the back. And the minute I touch it, there it is. This phone is good and fast, and I've had no trouble with it. Play Store, everything I want comes up, pops up, out of it. Everything is quite okay. That's showing me I haven't walked today. Everything else, doing folders, works the same, and everything else. Now, the nice thing about this, on other Android phones, I've had like 2 or 3, pages that I flip through to get to the apps. Here, if you go down to the apps, you can set them up, and they're all in alphabetical order. And if you got tons of them, you've got this slide wheel on the side, and it tells you what letter you're at. But just to slide down is something you want to use, like, here in the States, I've got Uber, I've got, and all that. It's right there, it pops up, no problem, everything's fine. The other thing, because I won't have many now, are your notifications. They go away quite easily. Now, the one that is kind of a bugger that people complain about is there's no get rid of all of them, here in the bottom of the screen, and you got to get rid of each one by one. And people have been complaining about that a little bit. But as far as the camera's concerned, I'm absolutely happy with it. Everything, photos, HDR photos, come out fine. High resolution, stuff I want to shoot in the rain. Everything there works fine, no problem. I'm happy with the phone. I'm happy with the camera. It's 6 inches by 3 inches or something like that, which is handy. It's not too big, it's not too small. It doesn't look stupid when you're using it. Well, I don't know how it looks, or I may look stupid, but the phone doesn't look stupid. Using it, as a phone. As a camera, using the camera, there's no problem. Maps is pretty much, I can see it. I'll find out when I get down to Florida how it looks, in the dashboard. I've been playing with this idea of getting a tablet and getting it on the sun visor. Whatever, I really don't know what I'm going to do for sure, and time will tell. But if you're someplace, and this is running Marshmallow, so there are those things in Marshmallow. I suggest, like I do, unless you're a real whiz, going to YouTube and learning all the Marshmallow secrets and all that. Now, the other thing about this phone is it has micro USB-C, which you can put in. There's no upside down for it. The thing is, you have to have, if you're plugging it into the wall, micro USB-C thingy to plug into the wall. Or if you've got a charger, like I carry, power pack, it's got to have a USB-C. Now, because I've got, GPS and everything running constantly, it used to be, I always carried my Samsung phone attached to, the charging cable all the time when I was out and about. With this, I can go pretty much half a day and still have a good hunk left. But being paranoid after carrying the Samsung for all these years and the old charging thing, I've got a USB charger and I've got a Type C and the two regular ones that plug into a lighter that I've gotten, and I've gotten a 10,000 milliamp hour charger thingy with one USB normal and one USB-C. And if I'm on, if this gets down to about 40%, still thinking in the Samsung or the old man era, I plug this in and about 20 minutes later, it's back at 100%. It's really, really a dynamite thing. So anyhow, as I said, this is the second part of the, the other thing, if you're going to get one of these, this is one app that I've actually found quite useful. As you can see, you might be able to see it's wintertime, and here in DC it's 9 degrees C. But anyhow, this thing called Dribbler or whatever, and generally speaking, it has, for stuff you're going to be interested in with an Android phone, Android and Google stuff, this is about the most useful app. The Android Community one or whatever is also a pretty good one, but it's just got a little bit more stuff that I'm not interested in. But anyhow, there's the story of the Huawei, or however you pronounce it, the Nexus 6P. I'm happy with it. I think it's good value for money, and we shall see. Thanks a million. Bye.